Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with more iRacing, once more back with some of the all new 2022 Season 3 content. Of course, if you missed out on the video that went live yesterday where we jumped in the all new AMG GT3 Evo and took it to Fuji, I would highly recommend going back and checking it out. But today, we're going to be back in the AMG GT4. Yeah, iRacing have very much spiced it up with some different cars ready for this season. However, this isn't the other version of Fuji. Today, we're down at Sandown. Now, I'll be honest, I think I've only ever driven this track once in a game before. I think it was in TORA 2, which was about over 15 years ago now, so I don't really know my way around this place, and that doesn't happen often. I think the last time it happened was actually Phillip Island as well, so I just don't know Australian racetracks apparently on this sim there. But yeah, really looking forward to jumping into it today. Looking on the minimap, Sandown is looking like quite a high-speed circuit. Now, I've seen a little bit of the Australian supercars racing around here, but yeah, like I said, doesn't really mean I know my way around. However, of course, the Mercedes AMG cars, I don't know if this one's got a V8. We might be able to tell by the sound. That doesn't sound very V8-y to me, or if it is, it certainly doesn't sound like the GT3 car. But, you know, if this was a V8, then bringing it back to Sandown in Australia would have probably been the right thing to do. But anyway, nonetheless, you know, again, a bit like the last video, I sort of want to showcase as much of the new content as quickly as I possibly can, and I'm definitely not going to hit my braking points around this track. So unlike Fuji, we are probably going to have to take it quite easy here early on. Now, like I said, I don't know a huge amount about Sandown. I have learned that curb is brutal immediately just on that sound. I do know it's very high speed, and I think built around a horse racing circuit based on sort of all the scenery, everything like that around the venue as well. So I do apologise, like I said, you know, I don't know much about this place. Now, I feel like this is also the circuit where you often get carnage down at this hairpin, unless again I'm thinking of the wrong track. That's not looking very hairpinny to me, so I think, yeah, I've definitely got the wrong track there. I can't quite remember which one that one is as we head down. That's going to be a very fast chicane when I get it hooked up, and then of course, yeah, just around sort of the other side of the venue. I do love racetracks like this though, you know, sort of just based on the track map alone. You know, it's very easy, I think, a lot of the time for sort of circuit owners and things like that to really try and make as much of a venue as they can within a certain, basically a field normally is the way. But I love it sort of when you get tracks like this that, you know, just sort of built around the perimeter. You know, you've got a couple of chicanes to keep things intact, everything like that. To be honest, that probably is because my local race circuit here in the UK is actually, I've completely forgot the name off the top of my head. Castle Combe, sorry, I can't believe I forgot that. So this is kind of, I'm going to say, Australia's version of Castle Combe there. So perhaps that's, ooh, hello. This Merc is lively. This thing wanted to kill me then. I didn't have that from the GT3 car. But yeah, so I think, I must admit, one lap in, I'm loving Sandown so far. How often it will get used, I'm not so sure about, and how great the racing will be around here, I'm not 100% convinced on just yet. You know, I think this will be a track that sort of works quite well in some of the slower cars. But yeah, higher speed stuff, I don't think, you know, you probably wouldn't race much more around here than the GT3s or the Australian supercars. But, you know, we'll give it time. We'll see if there's a couple of races being run around here over the course of next season, so we might try and jump in somewhere. It's just obviously these chicanes with the curbs the way they are as well can be very difficult, as I'm certainly not getting the most of it. But anyway, let's talk about the car then here, the Mercedes AMG GT4 car. Now, of course, iRacing is desperately trying to pump more GT4s onto the sim. Of course, ACC has taken a huge market share away from them, so I think, yeah, you know, they're kind of panicking at the moment, trying to get what they can, as I am not hitting my braking marker down at turn 1. I need to definitely put about 20 meters extra into that braking zone. So, I mean, last season we had the Aston Martin. I really did enjoy that car, and then kind of just, well, I just didn't really get much chance to do much iRacing, to be honest. So I never really sort of gave it its fair share of running. It was the same really with the TCRs. I absolutely love the Elantra. That was actually the season before, and then we got another Hyundai last season, rather confusingly. No TCRs confirmed as of yet for 2022 Season 3. So, yeah, when obviously I heard the GT4 Mercedes was coming onto the sim, I wasn't particularly surprised, you know, sort of it got announced alongside the GT3 car. I think sort of they're built fairly similar, you know, the dash is identical on both of them, the steering wheel is identical as well, you know, they will be completely separately developed cars, but it seemed probably like there's a little bit more cut and paste that iRacing was able to do with this variant from the GT3 car. You know, take a bit of power out, reduce the downforce, everything like that, and you'll be golden. That's definitely not how iRacing does things there. But yeah, I'll be intrigued to see. I feel like this thing is probably going to slot in a bit more with the BMW than anything else. You know, for a long time, the BMW was just an absolute straight line beast. The Porsche then was just really, really good through the corners, and then obviously the Mercedes, the McLaren even, I should say, and the Aston Martin kind of just fell somewhere in the middle, which often meant, you know, races could be quite heavily populated of one car, depending on what the circuit was. You know, you didn't really want to be taking the Porsche to Monza, I think is probably the best way to describe it. So yeah, I feel like this thing will probably lean more towards the BMW end than the Porsche end, especially, you know, sort of that big motor at the front, everything like that. So we'll wait and see, though. You know, perhaps, you know, setup tweaks, everything like that. This thing might end up working around a little bit better in the lower downforce stuff. But yeah, I might need to try and go for a proper sweat mode lap in just a moment. Give you guys a bit of audio from the GT4. That doesn't quite sound as dirty and as menacing as the GT3 car, but obviously with a lot less power, you can't really expect it to either. At the final corner then, let's actually see if we can nail a lap here at Sandown then. I want to be aiming for a 16, although I'm going to get close to that already. There we go, that's a 15.9 immediately, so let's try and go quicker than that, I suppose. We'll wobble out turn 1, but we get away with it. You want to be avoiding a lot of those inside curbs as well. You can just see the amount of run and momentum it's given me off the exit of the corner, and then of course up this huge back straight. Sandown seems like, especially in the Aussie V8s where they do tend to sort of try and turn each other on occasion, you're going to get some high-speed crashes around here. As braking just out with a 50-meter ball down into 4th gear, probably could get away with just 5th there. Hop that curb, and then you want to be hard on the brakes in towards this next 90-degree right-hander. Oh, really don't want to launch it over that curb, apparently. But, yeah, I mean, this lap so far hasn't been too shabby. Just that one mistake. I guess, again, you know, this is definitely going to be a track that's easy to learn, difficult to master, you know, sort of trying to get away with the curbs, everything like that, you know, try and use them to your advantage. Then, of course, up towards the line then. Fastest run back to the checkered flag. That's going to be a 15.4. So definitely feel like I can get a 14 out of this thing round here. But like I said, you probably wouldn't want to be racing in much quicker stuff than the Australian supercars or a GT3. I feel like NASCAR around here, though, could be brilliant carnage at the end of the day. But we'll wait and see. I want to just try and go a little bit quicker on this second run there. As you can see, just getting a little bit braver with the curbing. This is definitely a very, very slow speed corner, though, as we try and put the power down out into the back straight, losing a little bit of delta over the previous lap. Like I said, you know, it's definitely going to be one of those tracks where you've really got to try and sort of grind out the laps just so you can work out how you want to be hitting the curbs as much as anything else, because that'll be where all the time is won and lost around here. But yeah, I mean, you don't even have to downshift through that corner, so that is very, very wild there. And apparently track limits are quite lenient as well, because I thought that should have probably been at least a slowdown, maybe even a 1x, but we got away with it. And as we head now down in towards the final couple of corners, can we try and get this thing down into the 114s? Just trying to tap the curb through the penultimate corner. No, not with that line we won't, but we are going to get close still at the final turn. It's going to be very, very close by the time we get to the flag there. That's going to be a 1:15.06, so only need about another half a tenth. And we could try and get this thing dipped under there, so I think we just need to try and nail the run down at turn 1, and this is what I kind of feared about a track like this. You can just see there immediately you're trying to chase the time. It's so easy to just sort of, because the laps are so short as well, to want to sort of try and chase more there, as that was a lot of curb through there. Is second gear going to work on the exit? No, second gear did not work there, and that sounded a bit painful of a crunch on the exit of the corner there. Surprised, to be honest, it took me that long. But let's just have a quick look then. Obviously, took a nice chunk of curb through these next couple of turns there. I think, you know, this track is definitely going to favour cars that can utilise those curbs as well, and just catastrophic understeer. The Merc, though, holds up pretty well. You know, it's a big, heavy beast, so I don't think we got too much damage from that one, and I'm hoping now it's given me a new car as well as we head back out of the pit lane. But yeah, let's just go for a couple more laps then here at Sandown. I'm gonna do one more out lap. We're gonna go for one more push, try and dip into those 14s as well, because this immediately has become a dangerously addictive combo for me. As we head back down through turn 1 there, you know, in a big Aussie V8, you can really try and sort of ride, straddle a lot of these curves a lot more than you can in a little GT4 car. Or apparently I'm just going to try and explore the limits a bit too much. I think, yeah, we'll join you guys back with a proper push lap. Oh, no! No, no, no! That's going to be a big one! Oh! That was not quite the plan. That was on another out lap, so I'm guessing just cold rubber, and I took just a little bit of grass down at the back end of the circuit there, and that one was a rather big crunch, I think, when we got down into the braking zone. They just see, yeah, clipped a bit too much grass. Back end was going round in a big heavy car like this. You're not going to save that, and we even managed to vault the rear wing over the tyre barrier there. I just want one more lap out of this thing that's at least clean and tidy. That one seemed like, you know, it's not quite Toto, I don't think, owns this car personally, but I think, yeah, Mercedes still would probably not be too happy with us if they were having to foot the bill. Oh, come on. Oh, it's not going well. That final sector of the lap is really now starting to catch me out there, especially with some big speeds. But yeah, just trying to utilise the curbs a little bit more. It's not working, I'll be honest. They can just see completely upset it. Clip the grass. I think that one will hurt. You'll wake up with a little bit of pain in your neck after that one. Right head on into the barrier. I just want one more lap out of this thing, though. That's all I'm asking, iRacing. Right, well, I've actually survived the back straight chicane this time round, so fingers crossed now. As long as we don't do anything stupid in towards the final couple of corners, at least I can set myself up for one last run then here from Sandown. Longest run back up towards the start-finish line. Get yourself right over towards that wall. Seen far too many iconic shots of Australian supercars. They get right up over the pit lane entry. Oh, sorry, pit lane exit even, I should say. But let's try and get one lap nailed then. Braking just at... Don't try to brake on the grass. That's my top tip for today.
Looks like your car is toast.
I'm well aware our car is toast, Jeff. Not even Jeff, crew chief. Yeah, that was not wise, and one of the highest speeds parts of the venue as well there. Just bopped the wall, I think. Right, final proper attempt then here from Sandown. Always quite funny around new venues like this. You know, I like to try and push the limits and often make myself look a little bit stupid, but we'll wait and see if we can try and recover that all now, if we can get this thing down into the 114s. I know which curbs to use and which ones not. I know where the grass is sometimes, but let's see if we can try and just get one final tidy lap here as we head back down towards turn 1. Oh, just snagged the brakes there through the first corner. We'll get a 1x, but we're just going to keep on with it at this point. Through turn 2 and turn 3, you can really sort of ride the curbs through there, and now of course just sort of learning the weight transfer of the car, as that was not the best line off the exit, but we are going to recover a little bit of delta just by being that bit braver. So this 114 is still on in my eyes at the very least. We're going to have to be brave down the back end of the circuit, getting up towards 140 miles an hour, 250 clicks as you get ready just to blend on the brake pedal. Don't go down a gear, try and get the car over towards that curbing, really ride the second one, and then as soon as it falls off the other edge, you're going to be hard on the brakes down at the end of the back straight there. Use all the curbs on the exit, and somehow losing about 3/10 down there, so no idea what we've done this time round. But final couple of corners then, again, attack the curb through the inside of the first one, try to avoid the second one as best as possible. Up towards the line, what is the time going to be at the end of this run? It is going to be a 1:15.3 there. So I'm going to cheat a little. We're going to do one more as we get back down towards turn 1. If I can nail this first corner, there's definitely a 14 in it. Braking just as the wall and the, I don't even know what you want to call it, sort of the block blend out from each other there, and then you can see immediately all the time we've gained as we head through the next chicane. Put the power down on the exit, get right up towards the wall there. That was a really, really nice run off the corner, and that's going to give us a lot of pace as we head up the back straight. Again, you just can't do anything stupid, and this could be a really, really nice lap there. Best Sector 1 I've ever done. Again, just trying to modulate the braking pedal. Whoa. No, it's all just going to go away from me down the end of the back straight, and I think that's going to do it then here from Sandown. A brutal, brutal circuit. And, oh, we're going to have to do one more. I can't end it on that disappointing note. One more lap, come on. We're going to really concentrate on this one. I know that 14 is in there. That lap could have easily been sort of a mid-14, to be honest. But I think if we can get that Sector 1 again, I will be incredibly happy. Oh my god, we've got that Sector 1 again. We've done even better. We're another 10th up. So there is plenty more time to find then around Sandown. It's just about trying to get the laps in, but come on, right now we cannot bottle it. We've got to still take big risks at the end of the back straight, but nothing too crazy. Tap the curb on the inside there. That was risky because I didn't know what it was going to do to the car, but we're still in the green. So we head down in towards the final chicane. Through the final corner we go, up towards the line. There we go. Now we found the pace. That's going to be a much better lap and much more happy to finish on a time like that. That's going to be a 14.3. So easily down into the 114s there as well. And I think, to be honest, if I really wanted to try and grind that out, a 13 might just be doable as well. But yeah, there we go then. That is our first look at Sandown and the all-new AMG GT4 car. Now, Sandown, very, very cool circuit. Little bit worried it's not going to feature too much, though, in the sim over the coming season. You know, it'll always be sort of an Australian supercar, sort of stronghold, everything like that. Not convinced elsewhere, though. It's going to be featured all too often on the sim. The Mercedes as well, you know, I'm probably not the biggest GT4 fan anyway, but I'm not convinced it's really going to be a game changer for a lot of people. You know, to be honest, feels, yeah, very much like the BMW, just with a little bit lighter and a little bit more rotation, but we'll wait and see as to how popular this thing ends up being. But then again, like I said, I'm not the biggest GT4 user in the world. But thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well, and we'll be back tomorrow ready to have a look at the Radical SR10. That one I'm excited for.